So when watching the Netflix show The Greatest Party That Never Happened, it was advertised as a huge party with like perfect food, great sandwiches, all these different things, and pretty much it was sold as this luxury music experience, which was like a dream vacation to influencers and private villas with just different random things. But like when you watch the movie, it collapsed into absolute chaos. It was nothing that people thought, and the public's outrage was instant and very intense because three things like collided and broke. It was broken trust, social media exposure, and cultural symbolism. People felt very deceived. They bought into this fantasy that wasn't real. And then when like these images flooded the internet, they felt very failed and betrayed. So in the overall sum of this party, it was just the worst party ever because it was supposed to be the greatest party, but it never happened. So the public was outraged because they felt like their trust was broken and they felt very catfish with the party. That's why.
Okay, so I have a question too, and I think that the public reacted the way they did because the way that Fire Festival was marketed was supposed to be such a luxurious and like inclusive like experience. A lot of influencers were hyping it up, and they were promised a lot of things that they didn't get, and I think that's part of the reason why they had such a bad reaction, because they were promised an experience that was supposed to be up here, and what they received was down here.
After the Firefest disaster, I think the future of event promotion on social media will be more focused on honesty and transparency. People no longer trust flashy posts from influencers without proof or details about an event. People expect evidence and insurance for the purchase of a ticket and want to see behind-the-scenes content and things like that. For an example, SeatGeek, they offer ticket insurance so that if you need to cancel before your event starts, or if you decide that you can't go, or the event gets canceled, something out of your control, that they insure your ticket, get you your money back. It's just a small extra purchase. And then behind the scenes content can use smaller creators and more personable social media influencers instead of A-list mainstream celebrities. And then social media is still king for marketing, but users will definitely be more careful in the future what they purchase and what they dedicate their time to.
My name is Haley Rickman, and I'm answering question 4. And I think that my biggest takeaway from Fire on Netflix is honestly how crazy it is that social media is so powerful, and the influence that it has on everyone, and that it can convince people of something that isn't even real at all. And I was honestly surprised to see how easily the festival sold the luxury image, and it didn't even exist in the slightest. What stood out to me the most was how the influencers and the marketing of the festival in general created this like narrative of luxury and beauty and like this dreamy experience, and no one ever questioned it, because why would we when it's on social media? And it honestly made me reflect on how much trust I put into what I see online, and how I don't ever really question anything at all. And maybe that is something that we should start doing, because clearly things can very quickly fall apart whenever people are marketing things that are not the truth. Thank you.